In 1990, on a barren field in Costa Rica, 12,000 tons of orange peels were about to change environmental history. That's equivalent to the weight of 1,700 adult elephants, dumped in what seemed like an act of madness, but sometimes the craziest ideas lead to the most extraordinary discoveries. Costa Rica, a country celebrated for its lush rainforests and biodiversity, harbored a dark secret: vast stretches of degraded land. Victims of decades of overgrazing and agricultural misuse, one such area, a lifeless patch within the national park, stood as a testament to human impact until an unprecedented experiment turned it into ground zero for environmental innovation. Enter Daniel Jensen and Winnie Hawk, two conservationists who proposed something unthinkable: using industrial food waste to heal the earth. Their partnership with Del Oro, a major orange juice producer, would either prove to be an ecological disaster or a revolutionary breakthrough. The stakes were high, and the skeptics were many. Del Oro, one of Costa Rica's largest orange juice producers, faced a common industrial dilemma: what to do with tons of organic waste. Traditional disposal methods were costly, both financially and environmentally, but sometimes the biggest problems can lead to the most innovative solutions. The agreement was groundbreaking in its simplicity. Del Oro would donate 1,600 hectares of pristine forest to Guanacaste Conservation Area. In return, they could deposit their orange waste on degraded parkland. This wasn't just corporate greenwashing. It was a scientifically monitored experiment that would challenge conventional waste management practices. The logistics were staggering. Every day, dozens of trucks wound their way through the park, carefully depositing layers of orange peels and pulp. The operation had to be precise. Too much waste in one spot could create anaerobic conditions. Too little wouldn't have the desired effect. Each load was carefully documented, creating a living laboratory of waste transformation. What started as an innovative environmental solution soon faced fierce opposition. Competing juice companies filed lawsuits, claiming the experiment was nothing more than illegal dumping. Their concerns weren't entirely unfounded. The sight of thousands of tons of citrus waste being deposited in a national park raised legitimate environmental questions. Critics argued that the decomposing orange peels would create acidic runoff, potentially contaminating nearby water sources. There were fears about attracting harmful pests, particularly the Mediterranean fruit fly, which could devastate local agriculture. The project's defenders found themselves fighting not just in courtrooms, but in the court of public opinion. However, the project's scientific foundation remained solid. Researchers meticulously monitored soil pH levels, water quality, and pest populations. Their data showed no significant negative impacts. Instead, early indicators suggested something remarkable was beginning to happen beneath those mountains of citrus waste, though few could predict just how transformative these changes would become. As the legal dust settled, the experiment entered its longest phase: waiting. The mountains of orange peels, once a controversial sight, slowly began to disappear into the landscape. Nature, as always, worked at its own pace. The transformation wouldn't happen overnight. It would take years, even decades, for the full impact to become apparent. Over time, public interest waned. The site, once the center of heated environmental debates, faded from memory. Few remembered the exact location where 12,000 tons of orange waste had been deposited. The experiment became a footnote in conservation history, seemingly destined to be forgotten. But nature was quietly at work, orchestrating one of the most remarkable ecological transformations ever documented. During these years of neglect, something extraordinary was happening beneath the surface. The organic matter was slowly breaking down. enriching the soil with nutrients that had been absent for decades. What appeared to be a dormant period was actually a crucial phase of ecological restoration, though no one yet knew just how successful it would prove to be. In 2016, Princeton researcher Timothy Truer made a remarkable journey to Costa Rica. Armed with old GPS coordinates and faded photographs, he sought to find the long-forgotten orange peel disposal site. What he discovered would stun the scientific community and rewrite our understanding of ecological restoration. Where barren soil once dominated, now stood a thriving forest canopy. The change was so dramatic that Truer initially believed he had the wrong location. The former waste site had transformed into a lush woodland, with a 176% increase in above-ground biomass compared to the adjacent control areas. The orange peels had vanished, replaced by rich, black soil teeming with life. The team's analysis revealed extraordinary results. Soil samples showed significantly higher levels of nutrients, particularly nitrogen and carbon. The area supported a diverse array of native species, with richer vegetation than the surrounding forest. What was once a controversial waste disposal experiment had become a testament to nature's resilience and adaptability. This discovery wasn't just about one successful experiment. It represented a potential solution for degraded lands worldwide. The implications were clear. Agricultural waste, often seen as a burden, could be a powerful tool for environmental restoration. Inspired by the orange peel success, researchers turned their attention to another abundant agricultural waste: coffee pulp. With over 23 billion pounds of coffee produced annually worldwide, the potential for environmental restoration was enormous. The question was, could coffee waste replicate the miracle of the orange peels? In 2018, researchers deposited 30 dump truck loads of coffee pulp on degraded farmland in Costa Rica. The results were equally dramatic. Within 2 years, the coffee pulp plots showed an 80% canopy cover compared to just 20% in control areas. The soil's organic matter had increased by 60%, creating ideal conditions for forest regeneration. This breakthrough has particular significance for coffee-producing nations across Asia, Africa, and Latin America. India, which produces over 350,000 metric tons of coffee annually, could potentially restore thousands of hectares of degraded land using this method. The implications for countries like Indonesia and Vietnam, major coffee producers, are equally promising. The impact of this research has captured worldwide attention, particularly in regions facing similar environmental challenges. Our analytics show significant interest from diverse audiences, with India leading at 16%, followed by the United States at 8%, the Philippines at 5.4%, Indonesia at 5.1%, and Pakistan at 2.4%. This global engagement demonstrates the universal relevance of ecological restoration solutions. The beauty of this approach lies in its economic efficiency. Companies spend millions annually disposing of agricultural waste, money that could be redirected toward environmental restoration. For developing nations, this represents a double win, solving waste management issues while regenerating degraded landscapes. The cost-benefit analysis shows potential savings of up to 70% compared to traditional restoration methods. Looking ahead, researchers are exploring applications beyond orange peels and coffee pulp. Banana peels, sugarcane bagasse, and other agricultural byproducts show similar promise, with an estimated 1.3 billion tons of food waste generated globally each year. The potential for scaling this solution is enormous. The future of ecological restoration might just lie in what we once considered waste. From Costa Rica's orange peel experiment to global agricultural waste solutions, we've witnessed how innovation can transform environmental challenges into opportunities. With our audience spanning from India to Indonesia, from the United States to the Philippines, it's clear that environmental restoration resonates across borders and cultures. Hit like and subscribe If you enjoy our content, and we appreciate all the support, please comment and give us feedback so that we can provide more content that you are more interested in.